Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rushing, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into the Packers Total Access pregame show. Packers Steelers been waiting on this for, I don't know, about a year, it feels like, Tim. Obviously, getting ready for kickoff here in roughly, I don't know, what do we got, about an hour, 20 minutes, something like that, right? I'm guessing. Yeah, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit longer, right? Yeah, a little bit longer. So, obviously, fans filing into Acrisure Stadium. Really excited about this. And some would say we've been waiting all day for Sunday night, Tim. I heard a wise lady once say that. So
yeah, a few wise people say that on Sundays when you got a night game, right?
Absolutely, man. Listen, this is going to be a fun measuring stick for the Packers, man. I'm really excited to see how they stack up against the Steelers, who are playing really good football here of late. Obviously, they struggled right out of the gate. Aaron's playing as efficient as he has in a long time. At quarterback, obviously, DK Metcalf is going to be a weapon. He's always out there, a guy that's averaging 18 yards a catch. We talked about that earlier in the week. Of course, they got TJ Watt on defense alongside Cam Hayward. You got Nick Herbig, who's kind of coming into his own the last couple of years as an edge rusher as well. They've got Highsmith if he's healthy. I'm not sure. I'm imagining he is going to be out there on the field as well. So you got to kind of play this game. I don't want to say safe, but you just got to play the game in front of you, man, because the Steelers – their record looks good, right? What are they sitting at, like 4-2, I believe, Tim? So the record looks good. If you go back to earlier in the year, you think, oh, boy, they're struggling. They're playing their best football, and they've got enough stars on this team. Jalen Ramsey's another one, right? That's another guy that he doesn't look anything like his top level form that he was, say, 5, 6, 7 years ago. However, he could heat up at any moment as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this young Packers team stacks up against the Steelers team on the road. Obviously, the great news, Christian Watson's activated. It was also released earlier today. Matthew Golden will be playing. We should have the inactives here probably in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm hoping. But with that being said, Tim, let's get your opening statement here, man. I'm excited. How fired up are you for this one here, man?
Oh, man, waiting all day for a Sunday night, since we got up this morning. You already know. And I think cutting through the hype and all the narrative, right? We all know what tonight is. It's going to be a treat, right? But at the end of the day, like Matt LaFleur said, we're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're not just playing Aaron Rodgers, right? So I feel like this team is tuned up and ready. The field looks like absolute crap in Pittsburgh, despite being resodded not too long ago. But I'm fired up for football, man. This is a primetime stage, Icy Whites on the road in Pittsburgh against, Aaron and the boys. It's going to be a great night, man. I'm fired up. It's going to be a good football game, regardless of the outcome, right? And hopefully the Packers find a way to get the dub tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And again, you guys know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I've been a fan of his, ever since he came in the league. I was very, very defensive of Aaron Rodgers when all the COVID stuff was going on, and all of a sudden one portion of the fan base decided they were going to hate his guts. With that being said, tonight it's all green and gold, baby. I hope they put him on his ass all night long. I hope they pick him off 3 times, then give him a big hug at the end of the game, send him home with a frown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the first for us, Clayton, right? It's the first time we're going to actually root against Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself here, but this will be the first time when we get this game kicked off tonight. We're Packer fans first and foremost, and you're just the enemy tonight, Aaron. We'll see how it goes after the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And since you brought up the field, let's dive into it. Ed Thompson, whoever this is, let's see if we get a quick little bio on old Eddie boy here. Multimedia photojournalist. All right, so Pittsburgh Steelers now. So it looks like he does some photography for the Steelers, or at least a website that covers the Steelers. With that being said, he says, back here at Acrisure Stadium, right, for Sunday Night Football on NBC, at Steelers versus at the Packers, and the field looks great. Fire away the insults and nasty comments here. Obviously, it was a big issue last week. Let's take a look at this field real quick, Tim.
Man, give me some shots between the hashes. What the hell? Like,
Dude, it looks great. No, Tim. No, the sideline's the most important part, Bob. You got to key in on the sideline here, man. So obviously, it's a little bit of what's the right word I'm looking for here? Propaganda here, Tim, is what's going on, I believe, sir.
Great photos, though. I mean, give 5 stars as a photographer for sure.
Yeah. So then we had Brandon McManus on the field. We'll talk about the little exchange he had. And Tim, this looks like a different field here, sir. What the hell's going on out here? What is this?
Yeah.
It's looking a little rough, right?
Oh, look at that. Between the hashes. Looks great.
So we'll see what happens, obviously. But this tweet went out from Matt Schneidman. Brandon McManus gets a pat from Brian Gutekunst and gives a thumbs up to the Packers trainers. Green Bay's primary kicker is questionable and hasn't played the last 2 games because of a right quad injury. Let's really diagnose, okay? Let's read and diagnose here, Tim. This thumbs up he gives, all right? Watch for it right here. Wait, see it? Oh, I seen it. What does this mean, Tim?
Probably the same thing it meant when he gave it last week and they still didn't let his ass play. I mean,
probably the same thing. We were having this conversation last week going, yeah, looks like he's going to go, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Krista Casuin says, I heard Rob Domofsky say it was terrible field conditions. So there you go. Rob Domofsky is confirming what we're seeing in this picture, although the propaganda was suggesting otherwise. Jacob, can you get somebody up there in Pittsburgh to fix this field, buddy? What is going on out here, man?
That field looks bombed out and depleted. Tell you what.
Like Buck Nasty's mama. It's bombed out and depleted. Hey, fix your mic, Jacob. Sorry, buddy. It stole your mic again, man. See, they're hacking in on you.
How about now?
Hey, there it is, man. Go ahead, sir. Continue.
Nothing. No, I mean, that field, it looks like Afghanistan. I don't know what to do about that right there. It's, like I said, bombed out and depleted. I don't know. Apparently Pitt played the game there last night because whatever. I guess we're just playing at a Costco field or whatever. But I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I don't care about the field conditions. I don't care about the weather. I don't care about nothing. All I care about is getting a dub, bringing it back to Green Bay. I do feel like I might throw up. Yeah, I'm really nervous for this one. I'm not feeling great.
I'll tell you this. We say we don't care until somebody blows out a knee on that there turf.
I know.
We care. So I'm with you, though, man. All that matters. I don't care if they win by 1 point. Let's come out of Pittsburgh with a dub. That's the overall goal here. So with that being said, let's go around the league. What do y'all think, boys? You want to go around the league real quick, get an update on what happened today in the NFL, and then we'll try to get you guys a standings update. Everybody, let me know when you see the inactives posted. Just throw it in the chat, and then Jacob can cut me off here, and we'll dive into it. So let's do it. Let's go around the league. Obviously, the Chargers boat raced the Vikings there on Thursday night, 37-10. We kind of talked about that a little bit earlier in the week. When you dive into the stats here, Carson Wentz once again giving out gifts. He throws another interception, 15-27, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He was sacked 5 times. And the big thing here for me, guys, was the fact that the Chargers put 37 points up on that Brian Flores defense that's supposed to be elite. Listen, the numbers say they're elite too. Maybe this was just hey, they didn't show up for the game. It could also be the new blueprint on how to attack Brian Flores' defense there in Minnesota. What do y'all think?
Yeah, look at B-Flow's defense is not unbeatable, right? And clearly the Chargers find a way to put it together, man. This is good news for Packer fans, right?
Hey, guys, can I get some breaking news? Tim, can you give me a little breaking news?
Breaking news. Goodness gracious, we're already derailed. What do we got, man? Talk to me. Hold on a minute. Let's go full screen. Hold on a minute. Let's see if we can go full screen with Jacob. Give me just a second. Let's see.
Oh, boy.
No, never.
Thank God.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, no. We got Matt Schneidman out of 21 seconds ago saying Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Devontae Wyatt, Brandon McManus are all active.
Woo!
Let's go.
Wow. Let's go.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. If you don't ever put me on that screen again, please. Jeez.
Here's the guy.
You don't like the narcissist cam, Jacob? You don't like that seems to be the popular one that these podcasters use nowadays. They want to make sure you see their nose hairs. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Well, they could. Yeah.
How they roll. I think I've got a tweet here that you're referring to. Or this is Bill Huber here that actually tweeted this one out. So let's see if we can get it on the screen and just talk about it. It helps me when I can see this stuff on the screen. So here we go. Inactive wide receiver Dontavion Wicks, kicker Lucas Havrasik, which means Brandon McManus is active.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman Jacob Monk and Donovan Jennings are inactive, and Lucas Van Ness and Warren Brinson are all inactive, which means, like Jacob was saying, we got Christian Watson back. Matthew Golden's good to go. Brandon McManus is going to be kicking. We got Devontae Wyatt in the middle of the defense. I'm excited. I'm officially excited.
That to me is the biggest news. Heavy D back in the building, right? Devontae Wyatt playing today is huge for this D-line group. And that's to take nothing away from Scoot coming back, and, good news for Matthew Golden and, Brandon McManus. But I am super fired up that Devontae Wyatt is active today. I hope we see him get some snaps and really help tilt this balance for this defensive line, man. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. As you, Jacob. You broke the news, sir. How do you feel about it all?
I feel like I'm 10 feet tall. I'm strong as an ox. I feel as if that we can go in here, and honestly, all jokes aside, the fact that I get to see Watson and Golden together on the field, hopefully at the same time, we don't know exactly how much it's going to be. Like Left Coast Cubby says, so stoked about Watson. I am as well. Whether or not that's going to be a heavy dose or just maybe a little bit of a peppering in, if you will, maybe like this. I expect that these guys, that Matt's going to be a little bit in his bag, but maybe not like completely full out, because he doesn't quite trust whether or not these guys can, I don't want to say stay healthy, but I doubt we're going to see as many end arounds as Matt would love to do with these two gentlemen. Hopefully that maybe is to our benefit there. I'm just excited, man. And what a freaking God, what a highlight of a night to absolutely see these guys going out there. The speed on the field tonight is going to be absolutely insane. I'd love to see how the defense decides they want to attack us and while still maintaining the respect for those two and what they can do. I still think Romeo Dobbs is going to have a hell of a game, just because they're going to be focusing so much on the other two that maybe he gets, slips a little free, he wriggles free kind of thing. I don't know. What do you think of Tim?
Yeah, man, I'm fired up. Hopefully the field is not as bad as, it
looks bad.
It looks bad, but I'm thinking the boys got they got an extra set of tires with them today. They'll do a cleat change out, mid-game if they have to, if things get crazy. But I'm excited to see them.
Tim, who's the scumbags that are going to be officiating this game?
I already deleted the picture. We need a new background. I apologize. It's Brad Allen, right?
It's pronounced Dirtbag, and it's Sean Hockley. So
that's right. It's Sean.
Wait, is that Ed's kid?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mini Biceps.
Damn.
Mini Biceps over there. So.
Damn. Does anybody know
which way would you like me to throw the flag?
Don't give her the weight room thing. Where's the weight room at? I'll check it out. Can you guys let me know in the chat, is Zach Frazier going to be active or not? I'm trying to watch the Twitter escape here, but it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, let me hit some serious news here, and we'll get back to around the league. 2-0 for this, saying rest in peace, Nick Mangold. It says enough that I remember the name of an O-lineman for a team I don't care for, obviously talking about the Jets. But, yeah, Nick Mangold, what was it? Was it liver?
Kidney disease.
Kidney disease is what it was, right? So tough there, man. Nick Mangold was an awesome offensive lineman. He was dominant, man, dominant. Yeah. And you hear anybody that played with him, they love that dude. He was like the ultimate teammate. So, obviously, thoughts and prayers go out to his family. And just tough, man. 41 years old, I think they said. So, again, rest in peace to Nick Mangold. Thank you for bringing
it up. Did y'all see Scadaboo today, too?
That was ugly. Yeah,
that was rough, bro. That's the only way they can stop that guy.
I would say this, though. That's the thing about a player like Scadaboo. We love it, right? We want everybody to play like Scadaboo. We want to be physical. When you play like that, Tim, bad things typically happen, right? So you got to, the great players that play for a long period of time and they're effective for a long period of time, your Emmitt Smiths, guys like that, they just know how to protect themselves just enough to kind of keep the thing going, right? And obviously Scadaboo runs like a Tasmanian devil out there, and that ankle was pointing in the wrong direction. So.
Yeah, that was not pretty. Neither was the officiating in that game too. Shout out to the Giants. They took couple of really tough calls. But yeah, you hate to see a young player like Scadaboo go down like that, man. It's tough, but you're right. You live by the sword, die by the sword, right?
Well, and what sucks though,
brutal league, and Jackson Dart, man, played his heart out, tried to keep them in that game, but yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jake. If you got something though?
No, what sucks is it wasn't necessarily one of those plays where it was him doing too much. It was more kind of almost like a hip drop type thing
It
where
did
somebody
look like
rolled
one.
up underneath him, and all of a sudden you're just. And what's crazy, dude, Scadaboo, that crazy son, SOB. He wanted to pop up. Did you see? He grabbed some. He reached out to him. So he's like, "Help me up!" And he's like, "Guy's like, bruh, your legs pointing the other way. You got to sit down." And then he just kind of accepted it.
It reminded me of Dak, man. When Dak did that to his ankle, if you guys remember, Dak Prescott literally grabbed his leg and started slamming it against the ground, trying to get his ankle to pop back into place. Like he knew, if I can get this thing back into place, maybe I can finish the game. It's just these guys are ultimate competitors. So United Bait, Steelers inactives, wide receiver Scoot Miller, offensive guard Andrus Pete, however you say it, defensive lineman Logan Lee, and defensive end DeMarvin Lil. So Zach Frazier is active tonight. So they will have their starting center. Now the question becomes, how effective is he going to be, right? So I think we still need to test him with that Joker one look, bringing Micah in the A gap, and let's see if he can handle it tonight type thing. So, all right. So there's your actives and inactives. Appreciate that information. Bates, everybody who contributed. Let's go back to around the league real quick. Houston Texans beat the San Francisco 49ers. The Houston Texans came in this week 3-3. The 49ers came in 5-2. And obviously the Texans get the win here. So the 49ers now fall to 5-3. That gives us, I think, a 2-game lead, I believe, over the 49ers. So you're wanting all these NFC teams to just start piling up the losses, obviously. But Mac Jones was 19 of 32, 193 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. C.J. Stroud had a pretty good day. He threw a pick, but was not sacked all day long. Very efficient, 30 of 39 for 318 yards and 2 touchdowns there. So, again, the Houston Texans knocking off the 49ers. Guys, these are the type of games we need to see happening right this time of year. We want these NFC teams to just start piling up the losses. And 49ers have been playing really good football here lately. So, it's kind of, I don't know. I wasn't expecting this one. I thought the 49ers would take care of business. You guys got anything y'all want to add to that?
Yeah, a little shocked that the Niners didn't get it done today, but feel great about it, right? Every loss in the NFC helps us, man, for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely love the fact that I played my Houston Texans. I had to for my fantasy team, 26. Them holding them the Niners there to 15 when George Kittle came back in the mix for the once. That to me makes me feel pretty happy. And like you said, anytime we can have one of the top contenders in the NFC take a little bit of a loss there, that's going to help us massively.
Speaking of that, I wouldn't call them contenders, but those Chicago Bears crapped the bed against the Ravens.
That's a shame.
The Ravens came in 1-5, right? So you think, okay, man, they're really struggling to get their backup quarterback, Snoop Huntley, playing quarterback, and lo and behold, the Bears come up and they absolutely crapped the bed. Caleb Williams was 25 of 38 for 285 yards passing, 1 interception, no touchdowns. He actually threw that pick while standing in his end zone. Obviously led to a quick score that kind of put the game out of reach here as the Baltimore Ravens improved to 2-5 and they beat the Bears. The Bears now fall to 4-3. The score was 30-16. So this is going to be a pretty good night, boys. We had the Vikings lose on Thursday night. We got the Bears crapping the bed today against a team they should have beat, playing a backup quarterback. And, of course, the Lions aren't playing this week, but that's all right. We don't have to watch that trash organization at least for another week. So what do y'all think about the Bears dropping this one, man? This is good news, right?
The stars are aligning in the division, right? Bears caught the L. This is a perfect time to win this ball game tonight on the road before you come back to the friendly confines of Lambeau for the next couple of weeks. Go Pack, go, man. The division is well within reach. We're holding first place right now. We got to keep continuing to make ground and capitalize when other teams are losing. So we can steal one in Pittsburgh tonight, man. It's going to be great for the divisional matchups.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Tim. You got to strike while the iron is hot. Right now, we are blessed to be at the top of the NFC standings, which is unbelievable. We need to cement that in with a win tonight. When your opponents show weakness, when they start dropping games like this, you absolutely have to capitalize off that, like Tim said. I believe it's King Tron, also known as @King Likes Scary Stories, gives a $2 super chat saying, "For real, like the stream, I mean it." So he means it.
Hey, no games. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, moving along. Let's go back to around the league here. The Panthers got absolutely boat raced by the Buffalo Bills, 40-9. The Panthers were just kind of cutting the corner too, right? They were coming into this game 4-3. They obviously dropped now to 4-4. When you go to the box score, it looks like Andy Dalton was the starting quarterback there for the Panthers, 16 of 24, 175 yards passing, 1 interception. Boys, the old Red Rifle here, Tim. He was sacked 7 times today by the Buffalo Bills. Not a good day at the office for the Carolina Panthers as they dropped to 4-4, and the Bills improved 5-2.
Yeah, it brings me joy, especially knowing that Carolina's coming here next Sunday to 1265 for a nooner. So glad they're coming off a loss.
The old nooner.
The old nooner there. Yep, we'll see how it looks. But yeah, you're right. Andy Dalton, man, rough day at the office for sure.
Hello, nooner. You got anything to add to that one?
Yeah, I'll just say, look at James Cook, 19 carries, 216 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns with a long.
I think they paid that man his money too, Jacob, if I remember correctly.
They did pay that man his money.
Tim can't hit it because he's looping the music right now. Tim, we got to get it fixed, don't we? We got to get this out.
Pay that man his money.
Oh, man, look at that. All right. So there you go. James Cook, like Jacob said, 19 carries, 216 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. All right, moving along here. Let's go to the Giants and the Eagles. We talked about Scatterbo getting hurt. Obviously, the Eagles improved 6-2 with a 38-20 victory over the Giants. So did we play the Giants this year, guys? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
So listen, you don't wish an injury on anybody, especially somebody who plays the game the right way like Scatterbo. But obviously, it's going to help the Packers' chances when we do play the New York Giants here in the near future. Now, Jalen Hurts, 15 of 20. He was the check down merchant on the day, 179 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 4 times for a loss of 28 yards. Looks like Jackson Dart had a decent game, 14 of 24, 193 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no picks. Jackson Dart, Jacob, I know me and Tim were talking about in the private chat earlier. Jackson Dart seems to be a pro quarterback, don't he?
He looks to be fits the bill, man. Even the way that he can rebound after something so absolutely tragic as losing probably like your double dragon, your best friend, your buddy that you guys are kind of been slated as being like these new up and coming rookies. I absolutely love the way he plays football. I think that he's going to be probably a bright spot on the horizon for the Giants, which is not something they've had said in a long, long time. He's going to bring a lot of thunder, a lot of spirit to that team. They're still not completely out of it, but, now that Scatterbo is out, it might be a time for to rebuild and get ready for next year. But no matter what, I'd be pumped to have Jackson Dart as my quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. So, again, Philadelphia Eagles improved to 6-2. The Giants fall to 2-6 in that NFC East matchup. All right, moving along. Patriots and the Browns. The Patriots get the win and improve to 6-2 as they win that game 32-13 at Gillette Stadium over the Cleveland Browns. Looks like Dylan Gabriel started for the Browns. He was 21-35 for 156 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was only sacked 1 time. Drake May, even though he was sacked 6 times today, still kept his composure. 18-24, 282 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tim, Drake May's another young quarterback that seems to look the part here, man. The Patriots, I think Mike Vrabel's going to get that franchise right back on track. They're sitting at 6-2 now.
It sure looks like that. I mean, some of those throws from Drake May today were just absolutely incredible. Some dime pieces. So yeah, definitely another young quarterback with a bright future. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Here we are again talking about the Patriots being a threat in the AFC after everyone thought they'd be a dumpster fire for the next 100 years. They're certainly looking like a competitive team. So yeah, keep an eye on New England for sure.
Just wild to think about the fact that the Titans had Mike Vrabel and they let him walk, and now they're right back into a dumpster fire situation themselves. And now you see the Patriots just, taking off. It's funny how that works. So anyway, we got some bad news, Tim. The Jets get their first win of the year, 39-38 over the Bengals. How the hell they scored 23 points in the fourth quarter is beyond me.
Even a blind dog finds his ass once a day.
So Junkie in the chat says Jets beat the Browns, laughing emoji. So Justin Fields, 21-32 for 244 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no picks. He also had 11 carries for 31 yards. That's wild to think about. Joe Flacco continues to play good ball, though, boys. 21-34, 223 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions there. Jamar Chase had a pretty good day. But again, the New York Jets ended up getting the win there, 39-38, as they improved. Weird to say they improved to 1-7, but here we are, right? So, Jacob, anything to add to the Jets talk here? I know you're a big Jets fan.
Giant Jets fan. Joe Flacco still coming out there and putting on good football. I absolutely love the guy for what he does. Other than that, I'm not going to say nothing about the Jets. Go away, Jets.
There you go. All right. Moving along. Next on the list here is the Dolphins and the Falcons. You know, the Falcons look like they were playing pretty good ball, Tim. They were sitting at 3-3, kind of surprised some people early in the year. They're now sitting at 3-4 as they got boat raced 34-10 by the Dolphins at home in hot Atlanta. And it looks like Tua Tagovailoa went off 20 of 26, 205 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And on the other side, Kirk Cousins, there's a blast from the past, right? 21 of 31, 173 yards passing, no touchdowns, no picks. Did just enough to watch his team get their ass kicked and really did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
uncharacteristic game from Bijan Robinson, too. Look at that. 25 yards on 9 carries.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And speaking of blind dogs finding their ass once a day, Miami finds a way to get win number 2 on the year on the road. Shout out to the Dolphins.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. Moving along again, the Dolphins beat the Falcons there 34-10. The Buccaneers and the Saints. Is that one official? I guess it is official, right?
Yep.
Officially over. So the Buccaneers improved to 6-2 there in the NFC over the New Orleans Saints, who fall to 1-7. Baker Mayfield, 15-24, 152 yards passing, no touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times for a loss of 28 yards. And then on the New Orleans Saints side, Spencer Rattler, 15-21, 136 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 pick. So obviously they lost the turnover differential there. And it looks like
the Spencer Rattler experiment appears to be over in New Orleans. Tyler Shuck getting the nod in this ball game. Keep an eye on your wasn't Tyler Shuck the one of the top quarterbacks we saw at the Senior Bowl?
That was the one that Greg Cosell surprised everyone and said, I've got him as the number 2 quarterback in the draft. And then Greg Cosell said that multiple front office executives text him and said, you're not wrong. There's a bunch of teams that do. So he skyrocketed up draft boards. I can't remember where he was taken exactly. Now, he struggled in this game, 17-30, 128 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But, yeah, Tim, he was one that was kind of the dark horse, and people thought he was going to make a good pro quarterback. We'll see. It's early, and obviously it's hard to grade these quarterbacks when they're on such a bad team like the Saints sitting at 1-7. You know?
Very true. Feel bad for Alvin Kamara, man.
Yeah,
his whole career.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he's made good money, but
It's the same with him and Chris Olave. It's like get him off, get him out of there. Just give him some chance.
Right. So again, the Buccaneers improved to 6-2, winning 23-3 over the 1-7 New Orleans Saints. All right. Next on the list, we've got some games that are still going on here. Well, I wouldn't really say they're still.
No, that one's over.
That one's over, right?
The Colts with another win.
Man, they're on fire, dude. Indianapolis Colts are leading 38-7 with 4:51 left in the ball game. Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, 21-29, 272 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times for only a loss of 16 yards. Cam Ward, 20 of 35, 238 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He's been sacked 4 times in that game. And the big thing that sticks out to me is Jonathan Taylor, boys.
How about that former Badger Jonathan Taylor going off?
12 carries, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a touchdown run of 80 yards. So
somebody told me that he's in the MVP hunt, that he's now in like the top 5 for MVP. Is that true?
You talking about Jonathan Taylor or Danny Dimes?
Jonathan Taylor.
They don't give MVPs to running backs anymore. You know.
Well.
That's a quarterback award. You know that.
When was the last one? Would it have been Adrian Peterson? Am I thinking right?
I was gonna say AP.
I thought it was. What? Oh yeah, it was Adrian Peterson. I remember when Brett and Barry Sanders had to share it.
I was gonna say Favre and Sanders. Is that ever? What is that? We're gonna share it
a couple of times, right? Because you had
they were so good. We had to give it to both of them. They were
so
good.
nice. We did it twice. Right. So it was, if I remember correctly, it was Steve McNair one year along with Rich Gannon as well.
I think that's true.
Rest in peace, Steve McNair. So again, the Indianapolis Colts improved 6-1 with the 38-7 victory over the Titans. The Titans are still the embarrassment of the league, and I could say that I'm down here in Tennessee. All right. Next, you've got the Cowboys and the Broncos. Boys, this one ain't even close. The Broncos, I'm starting to feel like the Broncos might be the best team in the National Football League. Like the way they
we
play.
get to play them on the road this year too. Awesome,
bro. I thought about going to that game. Me and Mandy were tossing the idea around. We found decent airfare. We thought about flying out there and going to that ball game because they're going to tear that stadium down here in the next couple of years. But I don't know if I want to go now, man. They're pretty damn. The one thing that Clayton tries to do when he goes to ball games, I try to pick games where there's a good chance they're going to win, so I'm not miserable the whole time, you know.
Right.
But the Broncos, man, 43-17. There's still 7 minutes left in this ball game. Take old Yeller out behind the woodshed already, Jacob. This is ugly.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm actually watching the game live right now. Denver, like you said, man, they just put together a good football team. J.K. Dobbins, a guy that kind of resurgence his whole career, 15 carries, 111 yards. That's pretty impressive. They're just piecing it together. Bo Nix, I think, is a very underrated quarterback. Like many people, a lot of people said, oh, he's old. He's too old to get in the league and actually make anything happen. He's just came in and kind of seemed like that this game's not too fast for him. He's got a little bit of a run threat every now and then. He's got a little bit of a pocket presence. I think that like you said, I hate to admit it, but the Denver Broncos, they are one of the top 5 teams in this league.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, Dak Prescott, rough day at the office there, right? 19 of 31, 188 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's about as useful as that play there is about as useful as the toothpick in a meth lab. You know what I'm saying? That's rough rolling right there. 19 to 30. What the hell happened to him, Tim? He's been playing MVP caliber football this year, too.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Wow. They ran into that buzzsaw there. Sean Payton, man, dialing it up for sure, making life hell on the Cowboys for real.
Rough look there, man.
Somebody once told me, Clayton, that that's how you know that the toothbrush got invented down in the South, because it should be called the teeth brush. But you got that one single one, you got to take care of it.
That's right, man. Hey, listen, don't hate, appreciate. All right, we're known for something down here. So
they hate us because they ain't us.
That's exactly right, and you said that correctly too. Ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us. So again, Cowboys. Moment of silence for the Cowboys. It's an ugly day there at the old ballpark. So, all right, let's jump into the standings. Tim took that literal, didn't he? He said, all right, let's get them on. So let's jump into the standings. Let's go around the league. Hopefully this has been updated. I like to just kind of take a peek at the other divisions around the league. Then we'll get back to the Packers talk, obviously. What does Joe Pack say? Toothpick in a meth lab is very useful.
Heisenberg was using them like Lincoln Logs.
I'm going to pretend like I know what that means.
That's from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad reference, yeah.
Oh, see, I've never seen Breaking Bad, so there you go.
I hadn't either.
But you knew the
How the hell did you know what the reference was?
Because you can't not. I purposely have not watched the show. Anyways, it's a long story. It's whatever.
All right, there you go. You heard it from a fan right here.
Heard it from a fan right here. Joe says, well, damn it.
Nice swing, though, man. We appreciate the effort. All right, so across the AFC and the AFC East, the New England Patriots are leading the way. They're at 6-2. Buffalo right behind them at 5-2. That's a 2-team race as it sits right now. In the AFC North, obviously, we're going to be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. They're sitting at 4-2 atop the AFC North, and they got the Bengals are the closest team to them at 3-5. Of course, the Ravens improved to 2-5 today. So it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in the driver's seat there for the foreseeable future. In the AFC South, Indianapolis Colts 6-1. Got the Jaguars behind them at 4-3. So that's kind of a 2-team race there. AFC West, the Denver Broncos and the Chargers. Look at this. Broncos sitting at 5-2. The Chargers are at 5-3 currently. Got the Chiefs behind them at 4-3. So that's going to be a 3-team race. Well, listen, I hate the Chiefs as much as anybody else, but we can never rule them out, Tim. You never know when they're going to get hot, and we're going to be looking up, and they're playing in the damn AFC Championship again.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see them having to go in as a potential wild card though this year and fight an uphill battle. But you're right, you cannot count an Andy Reid coach team out of the mix at all at any point. And there's a lot of football left. So yeah, AFC West will be fun to watch, man. Watch how that really breaks down. I think it's going to be, Denver or LA getting that division for sure. But Kansas City breathing down their necks, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving along to the NFC. This is what we're here for, right? The Philadelphia Eagles are leading the East at 6-2. The Cowboys are about to fall to 3-4, I would imagine. So, the Eagles, it's just a one-team a one-horse race right there, man. They should be able to continue to run away with that as they are leading the East at that 6-2 record. We'll come back to the North, talk about it in a second. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are leading the South at 6-2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-2. The Panthers are sitting at 4-4. Falcons at 3-4. So Buccaneers are definitely in the driver's seat with that one. And the Seattle Seahawks, LA Rams, and San Francisco 49ers all sitting at 5 wins. And I imagine that, that's still after the loss today as the 49ers fell to 5-3. So that might be the toughest division in football there, Jake.
I think so. And it hits me. I hate it that I have to admit that because I do not like Seattle, one of my all-time most hated rivals. LA, do not enjoy playing them. That was the game that we got to actually go together, Clayton, when we beat them. That was awesome. Absolutely hate San Francisco. Absolutely hate Arizona for what they've done to us in the past. Larry Fitzgerald, last second, whatever. I don't even want to get into it. That's a very competitive NFC West. I thought that the NFC North would probably be up there in competition, but the Vikings going to Vikings and the Bears going to Bears. So all of a sudden, when you look at this new week here going forward, I would agree that the NFC West is probably the most combative for sure in the NFC. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
I think we'll see how it breaks down as we grind out the rest of this year. I would argue that, the West looks hyper competitive, but the North could end up that way too. The South could get interesting too if Carolina or Atlanta find a way to put any kind of consistent performances together, because we've seen flashes from both of those teams that 1 minute they look really good, and the next minute they look like a disaster.
Atlanta specifically,
yeah. So I would look to them to maybe creep up the chart there, and I'm not going to say give Tampa Bay a run for their money, but NFC West looks like the most competitive football right now.
Someone in the chat says San Francisco is beautiful if you like poop and the smell of broken. Good stuff. All right, next, the NFC North. The Green Bay Packers leading the way here, Tim, 4-1-1 with a 750 winning percentage. Detroit Lions are in second place at 5-2. The Bears are now sitting at 4-3, and those poor little Minnesota Vikings sitting at 3-4. Obviously, the Packers and the Lions, this is kind of a two-team race right now. The Bears are going to start playing teams that, I feel like their schedule is going to get tougher as we go through the rest of the season here, Tim. Obviously, Baltimore was supposed to be one of the best teams in the league. They're without their starting quarterback. They're off to a very, very slow start because of that. And obviously, the Bears still lost to them today. So I imagine the Bears, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish in the basement of the North here, Tim, and the Vikings eventually pass them up. Again, Caleb Williams just holding the ball too long and staring down receivers, man. That's when he gets out on the perimeter, he's been clocked multiple times this year, Tim, over 20 miles an hour. I don't think people realize how fast Caleb Williams is.
Right.
Problem is, that's not how you run Ben Johnson's offense, right?
Absolutely. And you'd like to think he'd be, grasping things a little bit better here with, being this far into the season. But I think you're right. I think we could see Minnesota probably creep up into that third spot at some point this season, depending on how it pans out. But it is in our division. It's Green Bay and Detroit. We're gonna find out who's gonna win this division here in a few weeks. But I do feel like it's between us and the Lions, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob, you got anything else to add to the NFC North here before we move along? Take it back.
Just a comment from Corey Dillon, 5752 says, I'm here at the game already. A lot of go Pack Go chants. Really, really cool to see that team traveling.
Go. I'll tell you who else is at the game, boys. You're going to like to see this right here, I believe, if I can find it for you. This guy right here, Mr. Scoop. You see him walking off the field. A lot of Packer fans. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, he's signing. Oh, somebody said in the chat, basically, he's in sweats. He's not going to suit up. Is that any indication?
That's weird because he's active. So I'm assuming that he's going to suit up.
Hey, look at him catching that freaking pen.
I know Andy earlier in the chat. Andy Monday says,
Oh, I love it.
I'm calling it right now. Bomb to Watson on the first play, just like his first game with Rodgers, but Christian catches it this time. Amen to that. Absolutely awesome. I'm assuming he's playing. Now, listen, it's not a slam dunk, I guess, but you got multiple people reporting that he's active. He's going to play. I imagine he would be inactive if he wasn't going to play, right, Tim?
Yeah, that's my thought. I think he'll be in pads. He'll be ready to go. It's just a matter of how much are we going to see him. We talked about field conditions too out there. I think he'll be on a snap count, but I also think if he's feeling good, looking good, he's building back that rhythm with Jordan. I think you cut him loose, and maybe we do get to see a go ball to Scoot to welcome him back. It's been almost a year since we got to see him play, so whatever amount of snaps he gets today, it's going to be a treat, and it's just good to see him active again.
Yeah. Jacob, let me ask you this. Do you have any over-unders for Christian Watson, or is there just nothing on him?
I can get it in just a second here. I will say, though, that seeing him suiting up right now, or just even being on the field and him having the kind of gravitas that he has, I forgot how much I liked the dude. He was my draft crush, if you guys remember. He was Ryan's kid's draft crush. Then when we ended up drafting him, it was kind of like surreal for a lot of people in the Packer fandom. I'm so over the moon that this dude is back and that he's going to be, even if he's not 100%, he's going to be a factor. Like the defense is going to have to understand who this is. Right now, Christian Watson is only slated at 20.5 yards for prize picks right now. I looked at Underdog as well. He's right around the same avenue. They're basically thinking kind of what we're thinking. He's going to be in there for a few plays here and there. He could do that in one play, guys. He could do that easily in one play. So do you want me to go through a couple other ones real quick while I got it up?
Let me get Tim's take on this one, and we'll come right back to it. I definitely want to hear some of the others.
Yeah,
Tim,
absolutely.
You hear that? Would you say 20.5, Jacob? Is that what it was?
20.5 yards.
When I hear that, Tim, my heart's saying take the over, but my brain's kind of saying, I don't know, man. Maybe it's a long shot for him to get multiple targets in a game where they're probably just looking to get him out there and kind of get him reacclimated to game day if he does play, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's probably where that number came from. It's his first game back in almost a year. How many reps is he going to get, and how much are they really going to target him? But to Jacob's point, it's true. I mean, he could catch one ball and be off to the races and smash the over very easily. So I think with a player like Christian Watson, if you want to take that over, maybe you could. All it takes is one play. But I do think that obviously these whoever sets these lines and stuff like that, they understand that, he's coming off a massive rehab stint, and, time will tell how much he's involved in this game plan offensively. So I'm hoping we get at least 10 or 15 snaps out of Scoot today, maybe more. We'll see what happens.
Hey, just real quick.
FanDuel actually has him at 18.5 over under. That's a little more, just a touch enticing, right? But go ahead, Jake.
No, it's just not that I have to mention it, but if people in the chat are going to be doing some crazy stuff, you're going to get banned. You're going to get blocked out immediately. So just don't do that crap.
There you go.
I missed that. I don't know what happened.
Just somebody being really racist.
Sit your butt outside.
I guess their name was Princess Kate 207.
Yeah, just don't that shit here.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Go ahead, Jacob. What are the over-under? It could be a crack.
I'm sure it probably was. What's more interesting to me is that Josh Jacobs, they have finally respected the fact that he gets receiving yards. They have him at 17.5 receiving yards. The big dog, honestly, I wish we would have got the guy Darnell Washington, basically another offensive lineman out there who's over 300 pounds as a tight end. He's slated at 16.5, which is just one, obviously, yard under than Josh Jacobs. So that tells you what that is. Romeo Dobbs, 54.5 receiving yards. Pat Freiermuth, 20.5. Luke Musgrave at 5.5. The one that I think is most enticing for me personally, Malik Heath at 1.5 receiving yards. Malik Heath, 1.5. Now, granted, we got some guys back in the fold here, but that's one catch, boys. That's one catch, and that guy can absolutely run the ball. So
let's go through them one at a time, Jacob, and we'll kind of get everybody's take on that. So over under for Jordan Love. Do we have his on passing yards yet? I'm eager to hear what that number is set at. Jordan Love passing yards over under.
Sure do. We got him at 239.5. If you want to hear about his counterpart, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, have you guys heard of him? He's at 223.5.
Okay. What do you think? So again, Jordan Love's number?
239.5.
Tim, over under 239.5 for J Love here in Pittsburgh tonight. It's going to be calm. They said not very windy, about 55 degrees, I think, something like that.
Over.
Over. Tim's hitting the over. All right. I think I would go over as well. The only thing that makes me a little hesitant is their run defense is worse than their pass defense. Both is pretty bad, right? It's like middle to bottom third, right, of the league. So kind of makes me wonder if you get the run game going, maybe you do just kind of control the clock and stay away from the pass game as much. But you guys know my game plan was, hey, let's go out there and establish the pass early. It just kind of feels like you can accomplish that here even on the road. So
scared money don't make money.
Especially if it is true they're saying there's a lot of Packer fans there. Listen, Pittsburgh fans are rabid, man. They are great people. First of all, hardworking, blue collar type community there in Pittsburgh. They're going to be loud. So even if there is a lot of Packer fans, I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Love has to go to a silent count at times. So that may play a little role in that as well. Jacob, would you take the over or under with Jordan Love's number there?
Boy, with Golden and Watson being in the mix, I'd go the over. Yeah.
All right. There you go. All right. Josh Jacobs, rushing yards. You got that number there.
I do. Josh Jacobs' rushing yards right now is slated at 68.5, which is one of the higher over-unders that they've placed for him in the last few weeks here. And I do think that that's because they believe that this is going to be maybe more of a old-school gridiron pound it kind of game. I want to take the over on that. And my brain is just telling me they may try to absolutely stuff the run. I'd be a caution and probably take the under if I had to bet real money.
Got it. So the number again, 60, did you say 68?
68.5, yep.
68.5. Tim, over under on Josh Jacobs, 68.5. I'll go first. I'm going to take the over there. I think Josh Jacobs, you get him going early. And I don't think you have any problem rushing over 68 yards if he stays healthy, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. And I'll be the first to say this is not betting advice. We are not giving you betting advice. These are just our opinions on the matter. Yes, Josh Jacobs for well over, what was it, 65 you said?
68.5.
68, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll take the over.
Yeah, most of the chat basically agrees with you guys. I don't know why. Just in my brain, I feel like they're going to key in on trying to stop Jacobs, and that may be one of the reasons. They also have Emmanuel Wilson at 16.5. Meaning that they think that he may get a few touches here and there, but you know,
it's just weird though, man. I'm really surprised at how little we've used Emmanuel Wilson. That's why I'm
me too. It's
I would going into week one. If you just said 16.5 for Emmanuel Wilson, I said hammer it, right? And listen, if you hear my accent and you're taking betting advice from me, we can't help you. Okay, I'm just telling you, I'm not a smart human being. So, Brooke Pryor tweeted this out over on X. There's enough Packer fans here for an audible "Go Pack Go" chant as some of the Packers special teamers take the field at Acrisure Stadium. Let's see if we can hear them here.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Tim. They're showing up in force, man. We got the best fans on the planet, dude. It's absolutely awesome.
I love it. And I think hell might freeze over and we'll get a win in Pittsburgh for the first time since 1970. Let's go.
Is that like 55 years, dude?
Crazy.
Nice.
That is absolutely insane.
Hey, random shout out to Venom Slash. Can't freaking wait for this game on my birthday. Happy birthday, Venom Slash 108. Go Pack Go.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, sir.
Let's get that dub.
Appreciate you hanging out with us on your birthday, man. Jacob, let's back up to Jordan Love for a second. Do we have rushing yards for him?
Sure
Under
do.
for him?
Yes, they do.
We've been hitting that one out of the park, right?
Yeah, so they've been getting him in the single digits because they just didn't put no respect on his name. They're finally starting to push that out a little bit. He is at 12.5 rushing yards. I still would hammer that over if it's me personally.
Got it. What about you, Tim? Would you hit the over on that?
Yeah, I think J Money can rush for more than 12 yards for sure.
Especially
Again, maybe on one or two plays, you never know.
Yeah,
especially with the pass rushers they've got, right? You got Nick Urban playing good. You got TJ Watt. I can see some situations where he's being forced out of the pocket, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Who's next, Jacob?
Well, if you want to look at Jaylen Warren on the other side, they're slating him at 56.5. I am a little bit worried about if they get that run game going on their end, that it might kind of stifle what we're trying to do. But the fact that Devontae Wyatt is going to be active boy, I don't know about you guys, but that makes me very excited. A couple others real quick. Aaron Rodgers at 1.5 rushing yards. Matthew Golden at 3.5. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
Aaron probably over.
Over? You think so? You think he's going to tuck? The old man's going to tuck it and run?
Going to probably have to at least once in this game.
I was going to say he might have to, right?
He's that Joker one, Tim. He going to want to get out of there. Right?
And Matthew Golden, I hope under. I hope we do not see him on jet sweeps or carrying the football today.
Yeah,
I'd rather see him torching the secondary. So,
yeah.
Eric Sutherland giving a little betting advice in the opposite direction. He says, "Bet US has been ruining my kids' Christmas since 2020." Appreciate that insight there.
You're going to get a Furby this year.
All right, what's next, Jake? Over on.
It is interesting. Somebody was asking about Christian Watson. They do not have any sort of stat for him for rushing yards, so I would assume that they're thinking like I'm thinking we wrap that guy in bubble wrap and not let him do some of those necessarily or unnecessary type stuff there. Pat Frymuth, if you're looking at the other side, 22.5. Luke Musgrave, 5.5. My boy Tucker Kraft, he's slated at 51.5. What do you guys think about Tucker Kraft? Either over 51.5.
Their linebackers, Tim, kind of weak. We talked about that, right? According to PFF, they're grading out kind of bad. I feel like their safeties are probably the strength of their secondary. So I could see it being a scenario where you're looking to play a quick pass game to get the ball out if their pass rush does start to hit home. So it just seems like a kind of a high number for Tucker, me personally. Usually if it's under 50, I'm like, hammer that thing, right? But once you crack the 50 mark, I get a little bit wary of that. But
I would agree. He is the Yak King, though. You never know. He could turn one upfield real quick.
That's very, very true. Would you take that one, Jacob?
This game, because Watson and Golden are playing, I think I'd take the under just because, like you said, he could still have like 4 catches, a tud, a great play in between with some great yak. I think I'd still take the under just because I feel like that Love is going to have a few more places to go with the ball tonight, but that's just my humble opinion.
Got it. All right, who's next?
I'm
sorry, Mitchell Mommy. I want to give this a shout right here. Kraft over. Come on, it's tight ends day. Good point. San Francisco was I think they threw to 2 different tight ends for touchdowns today, so it is national tight end.
RER Miner says National Tight End Day over. You know what?
Shout out to the NFL for leaving Tucker off the graphics again for the second year in a row.
Unbelievable.
Did they really?
Yeah, that's all good though. We don't worry about that kind of stuff.
No,
let's smash the over for Tucker today. Let's go.
Okay, you know what? I'm going over. Yeah, absolutely. Good point, Tim. God, you know what? Screw them. The one that I would absolutely eat up is Malik Heath at 1.5 reception yards, and Calvin Austin, who just now got healthy, who is supposed to be the actual number 2 in Pittsburgh. So look for him to maybe slap on the scene. He's got 31.5. So they actually are thinking he's going to get in the mix. DK Metcalf at 56.5. Jonnu Smith at 27.5. Any thoughts on those?
Bums. They're all going to be under. They're all bums.
They're all bums.
Malik Heath
is gonna get it done today. Malik Heath, on the other hand, 1 catch will get him over that 1.5 yards.
That's it? That's all they need, bro.
Yeah, we just need 1 target for Malik, and
they probably got it that low, Tim, because Christian Watson's going to play, Matthew Golden's going to play. But listen, if you got Christian Watson on a snap count, that kind of lends a little more credence to. And Dontavion Wicks is out, so. Yeah, I would hammer that.
Take the over on that then, yeah.
I would definitely take the over on Heath. I thought you were talking about the Steelers there, Jacob. My bad.
So, I was talking about the Steelers when I said bums, just to clear that up.
And even though that he has a little bit of an injury designation, Matthew Golden is slated at 41.5. Not sure where I think about that one. We could do that one play. Obviously, like him and Christian have that same type of ability where it's like I can't remember who exactly it was, said we could do that on the first play. We could throw that just deep, ball down the sideline. We could do a deep seam depending on what the formation is. I personally think Golden's going to get over that. I think that they're maybe going to want to make a statement. I hope that Love doesn't force it to Watson, but if Watson's there, take that, dude. I can't wait to see it, bro.
Yeah. So let's comment in the chat here real quick. Remind me, I want to know. Well, let's hit Romeo Dobbs's real quick. What's his over under? What's Dobby? Because I feel like Dobby might have a big game tonight.
Yeah, Dobby is kind of interesting. They've got him at 54.5, which is the highest over-under they have slated for any receiver on the Packers. I think that he could get a big game, just because, you guys always hear me say steady Eddie. There's no better definition of a guy that you can rely on than Romeo Doubs. I mean, he is just as short-handed as can be. The guy gets no hype for really what he does, but I think that he deserves a lot of credit. I don't know if you would call him necessarily a actual X, but he's about as close to one that we have right now, I would say, for our situation in Green Bay. And when the game's on the line, if you need a catch, absolutely chuck it to Dobby, because I think that guy's going to come down with some strong hands, late hands, great catch. Love him.
Yeah. So read that comment for me on the screen. I'm going to try to pull up a picture. They just showed Aaron Rodgers in this uniform. And listen, I love throwback unis. These are bad boys. These look really, really hideous. They look like it looks like he's out there flagging on a road somewhere, like a construction site. It's really, really rough.
Alan Kafal 7423 says those Steeler uniforms are so ugly. I actually heard, I don't know if it was Ross Tucker or someone else that said, like Clayton said, I usually love throwback uniforms. I believe we're doing all whites tonight, if that's not if I'm not mistaken. So we're going all white. They're going, like you said, prison gang from like the 1932 series or something. But I've actually even seen a lot of Steelers fans being like, this ain't it, man. These we don't want to go out there like this. But
yeah, this isn't the best picture to show, but I'll pop it up on the screen anyway. You need to see the full front of the uniform to truly appreciate how hideous these are. And they went with tan pants with them too. But you can kind of see this picture that Ryan Wood sent out, but it's just like I don't know, man. And listen, I know they're paying homage to an old school uniform, but Aaron looked really awkward, Tim. He was standing there kind of like, I can't believe they made me come out here in this. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a business, right? It's a business at this level. I mean, all opinions aside, I mean, a lot of fans don't like our throwback uniforms. They think they're ugly. Most uniforms were ugly in the 1920s. Most of them were just.
What are you talking about, Tim?
They were all thrown together by Buckets Goldenberg. So yeah, they look like bumblebees with that whole thing. I get it, but that's the point, right? It's supposed to look like those ugly ass uniforms from back in the day. So I mean, I as long as they catch the L today, hey. Uniforms look great, in my opinion. Go Pack, go, man.
Dave C. 9031 says Watson is in full uniform on TV right now. Let's frickin' go.
Yeah, and Mrs. Green points out the important facts. Tan pants equal higher visibility of swamp ass. That's a fact. It never fails. They wear those tan pants. I'm like, my man over there sweating his keister off. That's ugly. That's really ugly. So, all right, up next. What do we have here? Sleeper Packers tweeted this out. I want to talk about this because we always draw on that parallel between Aaron Rodgers and obviously Jordan Love. And it seems like every other game, there's another stat that kind of lines up. It's very similar. Sleeper Packers says Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love comparison through their first 39 regular season starts. What's your takeaway? The numbers seem pretty similar. So Aaron Rodgers, 1,312 passing attempts. Jordan Love is a little less than 100 behind him at 1,214. All right. Completion percentage. We won't worry about the completion. Let's talk completion percentage. Aaron Rodgers at this point, 64.1. Jordan Love, 64.3. So he's actually been more accurate than Aaron Rodgers was at this point in his career as well. Passing yards, Aaron's pulled away quite a bit, 10,313 to Jordan Love's 9,176. Touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers was 70, Jordan Love was 68. So right there again, this is a wild stat. For the people on Twitter that seem to think Jordan Love is just an interception machine, he's only thrown 25 interceptions so far. At this point, Aaron Rodgers had thrown 29. That's a really cool stat. Passer rating at this point, Aaron Rodgers was 96.8. Jordan Love is better at a 97.3. And then, of course, the yards per game is where it's quite a bit skewed, right? Aaron Rodgers was averaging 264.4 yards per game. Jordan Love is at 235.3 at this point. So pretty interesting stuff there. Let's hit these super chats. Brent in Indiana, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, great pregame show. Thanks, guys. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Brent. We appreciate you more than you know, buddy. And then we got Chewy in the house with the super chat. Thank you, Chewy. He just says, hey, go Pack, go, man. Go Pack go. So what do you guys think about the those numbers right there? That's it's kind of interesting, right? Obviously, I think McCarthy had him winging that thing around a lot more than Matt LaFleur had, Tim.
Yes.
So it was a West Coast spread offense is what McCarthy ran, and obviously we run a wide zone boot scheme. Although last couple of years we're starting pressing the duo a lot more.
Yeah, you kind of read my mind. I was thinking, 39 regular season starts. I mean, when Aaron was there, it was a different NFL, really. I mean, the league was defenses were a little bit different, offenses were ran a little bit different. But it is really interesting to see because, people like me and Jacob, I think Jacob was a little later to come around, but us Jay Love fans since day one have always seen this coming, and to see him, right on pace with numbers like a Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers is makes you feel really good. And this, you talk about a big game tonight. It's I think a bigger game for Jordan Love than it is for Aaron Rodgers. We can talk about all this playing against your old team and all this, hype and everything being created by the media. But at the end of the day, this is a J Money, prove it game for real. Get yourself up into that upper echelon, get a win on the road, have a great performance against a tough opponent, and mark your territory as a upper echelon quarterback in this league. And you have to do it by beating the best. So I think it'll be fun to watch. But it is cool to look at the tail of the tape and to kind of see, 39 starts in where these two are compared,
Yeah, Kings like scary stories. I think that was King Tron.
That's Tron.
With the super chat says, I'm one of the haters of the throwback turds myself. It's pretty ugly. We're going to show you a video of Aaron, that whole uniform here in just a second. It is hideous. Jacob, what do you think about these numbers? Pretty cool comparison here, right?
Absolutely great comparison. I think it needs to tell a lot of Packer fans that are sitting here with the Jordan Love hate to sit down, open up a freaking, iPad or something, do a little bit of research. Like you said, it's amazing that he is right neck and neck with Aaron in most of these statistical categories. And even more impressive if you look at the fact that he took 100 less snaps at the pass attempts. If he gives him another 100 more pass attempts, he's probably beaten Aaron in all these categories if things hold true. I think that we absolutely need to be blessed and thankful for the fact that I think I saw a stat. What is it? The Pittsburgh Steelers had like 3, coaches in the last, God knows, like 40, 50 years. Well, we've had 3 starting quarterbacks basically since 1992. So this is some storied franchises that absolutely know how to build their talent from the ground up, from the top down, everything you want to know about how to be a great organization. These teams do it. It's a gridiron match. It's going to be absolutely just what a great game to watch. And I would stress that I hope that Jordan Love, just to like Soder's saying right here, Jordan Love has been an assassin this year. I hope that he doesn't get in his head. He doesn't try to force too many things, because right now he's on pace again with the interception rate. Isn't he still got only 2, if I'm not mistaken?
10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's Aaron Rodgers-esque. I mean, he is the quintessential mix. If you were to put Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre in a lab, you squirt out a little baby, it's Jordan Love. That baby comes out and he's just a gunslinger, willing to take risks, has a little bit of a crazy wild arm, a little bit of a crazy, maybe every now and then you throw a football in there that you're like, why the hell would you ever try that? But every now and then it works. And then you also look at the fact that he's okay with protecting the ball, and guess what? He's got a little bit of a little legs to him. He can spiel out, and he can absolutely get you a first down and gain 20, 10, 15, 20 yards at a pop. So I'm so excited about this, man.
Yeah, so here are the unis, right? This is what we were talking about. If we go up a little bit further, right there.
What the heck is that?
I can't figure out. And maybe, Tim, it was like the old school throwback we had back in the day where you had the number, in the circle on the unit. Maybe this was like, wow, this is luxurious at the time, right? Most guys didn't even have a number on their jersey back then, right? So, man, it looks awkward, don't it?
Joe over this says, we're playing a bunch of bananas tonight. All right.
It should be. I don't want to hear any excuses. Then it should be real easy to read that defense.
Yeah.
There's no mistaking that we're not in the gold tonight. It's Pittsburgh. So
I imagine somewhere on the field, Sean Hockey-Lees has got the heart eye emoji right now of looking at all this yellow on the field. You know what I'm saying? He's probably excited about mixing and matching it up there. But yeah, that's just a bad look, man. Again, the tan pants. I think it would have looked a lot better if they went black pants. You know what I mean? But again,
that wouldn't be a throwback, though.
It wouldn't be the full throwback. You're right, Tim. So, yeah, really strange look there. So I apologize, Aaron. I hate that you have to go through that, but hey, man, you made this decision. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We had the boys coming out of the tunnel just a second ago, as you can see here.
Let's go.
Look at them uniforms.
See the crowd as they come out. Yeah, we're going with the all whites, just icy white tonight, man. Really excited about this, too. Love these unis right here. Love them. I wish these would be kind of the dominant uniforms that we wear, even at home, kind of like how the Cowboys wear the white unis at home sometimes or whatever. I think they do all the time, actually, because I think the home team gets to pick the uni, if I remember correctly. And typically everybody just wears the color dominant, right? Home uniform. But yeah, I love these unis right here. I'm excited about the throwbacks. Those are next week, right, Tim? Am I thinking right?
Yeah, against Carolina, we'll have the 1923 throwback game here at Lambeau.
3D leather helmet. Let's go, dude. It'll be so sick. Gonna be sick. I like what J-Law Bronco says here. White cheddar. Those are the white cheddar.
There you go. I like a little white cheddar now and again.
We got Trucker John's son, DJ Schultz, in the house. Good to see you, buddy. He says, Evan Williams' career game. Hey, Evan Williams, guys, I think he's grading out the 7th best safety in the league.
Let's go.
Man, listen, get him buzzing around the box tonight, man. I want to see him in there helping with the run game and attacking some of these underneath. Also, you know what I would like to see? I'm going to call it. I'm going to make a prediction. You guys know I don't do this. I'm going to say a rare Javon Bullard interception in the slot tonight on a quick pass underneath. That's what I'm going to say.
I like that a lot.
But, again, Evan Williams, like DJ's saying, man, how lucky are we to have Evan Williams sitting there learning right behind Xavier McKinney, and not just learning, but playing damn good football right now, too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to DJ, too, bringing the conversation back where it should be, to the defense, because that's what's going to determine this game. Do it for Trucker John, boys. Let's go defense for sure. We can talk about Rodgers and Love, and I'm sure we'll hear that all night. We'll hear the comparisons. We'll see the stat charts, but it's going to come down to whose defense plays better and executes out here today, I think. And I'm tuned up, man. I can't wait to see Evan Williams and the boys out there, and my boy Quay Walker as well, who's been playing the best football, I think, of his career lately. So this will be a great matchup today.
Yeah. Jacob, anything else you got here, big dog? Anything you want to hit on?
Well, honestly, just because the receptions list here of the over-unders, they got Josh Jacobs at 2.5, the big dog Darnell Washington at 1.5, Christian Watson at 1.5. They got Dobby at 4.5, and Luke Musgrave and our guy Malik Heath at 0.5. So basically, if they get a catch, you slam that over. Not sure what you guys think about that, but to me, even though we got a lot of people on the field, I do believe, like to Clayton's point earlier, I think we're going to pepper in some Watson. I think there's going to be a little bit of Golden, like usually we get, but I still think there's room for other guys to get just a random catch. Like I said, Musgrave with just a 0.5, Heath with a 0.5. I don't know, man. That to me seems like a easy over hammer on those. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, especially Malik Heath. Like, you brought up the point with Wicks being out and, Scoot's back in the fold, but, how much are we going to see him? I think it'd probably be a no-brainer that you're going to at least get a couple targets and some catches for a guy like that. And then even Musgrave, we've seen off and on catch a slant or, something for 10 yards over the middle on occasion. So I don't think there's anything wrong taking the over there.
All right, we got another video just surfaced. Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur share a warm embrace before kickoff tonight. Big smiles on both sides. This was Ryan Wood put the tweet out as you see him with Coach LaFleur there. I don't know, man. It's just I don't look at this game like, bitter toward Aaron at all. I don't look at it at all like, anybody did Aaron wrong. This just feels – it's almost like a celebration for me.
Yeah.
It's like –
it's not a revenge game. Don't believe the hype. It's not a revenge game. It's not Aaron seeking revenge on the Packers, and we're not seeking revenge on Aaron. Very well said, Clay.
It's just may the best team win. Crack open the cold one, sit back and enjoy a hell of a game is what this is.
I think what you're going to see is a lot of love and respect between these two teams and organizations and players. That's what I think you're going to see.
Yeah. With that being said, I want number 8 on his ass all.
Let's go.
Isn't that a weird feeling though? Because like I woke
That's
up
what I
this
was
morning.
saying. It's the first time I got to cheer against Aaron Rodgers. Like this is kind of foreign to me, right?
It's just like at one point I'm like, I want Parsons to make his life absolute hell, and then I want him to lay him down gently as he goes to the ground. Just like make a bed for him, slowly put him down on the ground there. But it's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions, to quote Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, we got
a glass case of emotions.
THC, if I'm saying that right, on Rumble says, I don't know how I got here by accident. I don't even watch sports. You do tonight, buddy. Hit that like button and tell your friends if you have any. If you don't have any friends, you have us. And that's not a good place to be.
Well,
yeah.
Good.
So, all right. I think we've covered everything, man. Pretty much. I'm going to make one more comb through here to kind of hit the Packers news feed and make sure we're not missing anything. But let's end it right there with some parting thoughts, man. How are we feeling, boys? What's you want to do a prediction? I know we don't do a lot of predictions on this here particular program, but what do you
Prediction:
think?
there will be a football game in a few minutes. It will happen. There will be two teams playing football. That's my prediction.
Nice. All right. I'll go out there on a limb. I'm going to say Packers win this one 27-24. It's going to be a terribly hurtful game for most of us if you have heart conditions. If you have any sort of what do you call it, palpitations, don't watch the game. Just wait and see the score tomorrow. I think it's going to be an absolute bruiser. I do think, honestly, to be completely honest, I am worried. I am worried that Rodgers is going to come out here with just his piss hot and just want a revenge game. That being said, I do think that if our team comes out and plays to their capabilities, we should win this game. With the addition of Watson and Golden being in the mix here, if they actually use them in any sort of actual actual numbers, if they get real reps, I do think that that's going to be tough for that defense to try to track down who the heck they're going to guard. That being said, it's going to be on the defense. Do we stop Aaron Rodgers? What do we do? Parsons, Rodgers, what a matchup. I'm just excited. I'm here. I'm going to throw up. What do you think, Tim?
I'm looking at this video we have here. I'm thinking that the tape job on the left thumb for Jay Money looks a little lighter than we've seen in the past few weeks. So that's good news. And to your point, obviously you have to be concerned about a guy like Aaron Rodgers because he's the master of, if you make a mistake, he's going to make you pay for it. So we need to pay close attention to procedural things, personnel groupings, and we have to be on the ball, so to speak, and not make any mistakes on our own and shoot ourselves in the foot because, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron caught us on, a situation where we've got 12 men on the field or something, and he's running that hurry up look. You got to be on your P's and Q's. And I agree with your sentiment, Jacob. It comes down to how we're playing defensively today. That's the number one concern. I fully believe that if this defense balls out today and makes life hell on that Pittsburgh Steelers offense, that Jay Money and the boys are going to get it done. You're going to take a lot of pressure off your offense by playing damn good defense. It's going to be a exciting game, though.
You think Wyatt could make the big difference tonight?
I hope so. It depends on how he's feeling.
Right.
First live game action, but knowing that they have their starting center, I feel better now that we have Heavy D back in the lineup. And that's not a knock on Colby Wooden, who's been balling out of control lately.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be D-line by committee, and then like Clayton said, run those cheetah looks, move Micah Parsons around. Give Aaron something to diagnose. Give him a lot of sugar. Pre-snap and post-snap, and make it as hard as you can on one of the greatest to ever do it. So I'm tuned up, man. I'm ready to go. This is going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, King Tron with the super chat. He says 31-23 Green Bay. Send them to the toilet bowl. Appreciate you, Tron. You are the man, sir. And our boy did hit like. He said, "I hit like." Listen, guys, like sports, and he hit like. If you guys are hanging out there, do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you click the bell icon so you're notified when we go live in the future. So one last look here. We'll leave you with this image of Aaron Rodgers leading the Steelers out of the tunnel in those horrible uniforms. Again, man, whoever's idea it was to put those unis together, not very smart, man. It's like the wheel's spinning, but the damn hamster's dead. That's just not a – that's hideous. I think it's all the yellow on the helmet too. I'm so used to that black Steelers helmet, right, with the just the singular logo. Maybe that would have been better to go that route, or do a leather helmet. I would feel a little bit better if it was a 3D leather helmet. But anyway, enough about the uniforms. It's time to play ball, boys. We're just about 20 minutes from kickoff. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here for the pregame show. Listen, make sure you subscribe. Like I said, click that bell icon. We will be going live immediately following the game for the post-game show. So make sure that you guys come in here and hang out with us. It's going to be an absolute blast. Hopefully you're calling in sick to work tomorrow because it will be a late night. I know that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. My tummy hurts. I might have to call out.
Jacob said he's got the bubble guts. So it's what it is. But we'll be back, like I said, for the post-game show. Thank y'all so much for making us a part of your night. Also, want to give a shout-out to all of the super chats. Thank you, J. Law Bronco. Appreciate you. Cute dog too, man. What's its name? Let us know in the chat. All right, hit that like button for us too. So shout out to King Tron, Brenton, Indiana, Chewy, King Tron again for a couple more donos there. You guys are too kind, man. Thank y'all for keeping the lights on around here. So we'll see y'all for the post game show. Tim, Jake, appreciate y'all, man.
Go Pack, go! Get that
dub. Get that dub.
Last one, Martin said. What did he say? 31 to what, Jacob? What was it? The prediction?
Let's take a look here. It was 30-17. Mr. Mon says.
Man, hey, if they're up by 3 scores somehow, some way in the fourth quarter, we'll go live early, so you'll see the notification.
Yeah.
We'll get in here and just kind of watch the rest of the game together. You're saying, why don't you just stay live during the game, Clayton? Because we will get canceled for the language that is shared on this program. So everybody enjoy the game. We'll see you in the post game show. Appreciate it.
Here we go. Bye, guys.